The music throbbed, lights danced, and all eyes turned when Kofi entered. At 24, she was a showstopper, slim but curvy, standing 5 feet 7 inches in golden stilettos. Her dark chocolate skin glowed under the neon lights, her long black hair bounced in soft waves, and her hazel eyes shimmered with untold stories. She wore a red silk dress that clung like a second skin, with gold hoops and confidence like armor. To the crowd, she was a classic slay queen, a party girl with no worries, chasing fame and fashion. Whispers followed her like perfume. But behind that smile, there was hunger and pain. Across the room stood Omar, 26, new in town. With a tall, lean frame, caramel brown skin, soulful eyes, and a neatly trimmed beard, he carried calm strength. Dressed in simple black jeans and a white linen shirt, he watched Kofi, not with lust, but curiosity. "You always walk like you rule the world?" he asked as she passed. She smirked, "Darling, I don't walk. I glide." That night, they danced. That night, something clicked. Omar started showing up at Club Zola more often. Not to party, but for her. Kofi, though guarded, led him closer each night. They shared roadside suya under moonlight, laughed during late walks, and exchanged quiet glances that said more than words. But questions brought walls. "What do you do during the day?" Omar asked. "I sleep. Queens need rest," she replied. He chuckled. "And the money? The dresses? Some of us just shine naturally." But the truth sat heavy in her eyes, something he couldn't ignore. One Friday, after a night of laughter, Omar followed her. She walked through alleyways, far from the glamour, into a crumbling old building at the edge of the city. She unlocked a rusted door and entered. Omar peeked through a broken window. Inside, the room was small, warm, and cluttered. A sewing machine stood in the center, surrounded by threads, scissors, folded fabric, and sketches taped to the wall. Kofi was barefoot, her heels tossed aside. She wore a plain t-shirt and wrapper, her face stripped of makeup, hair tied in a messy bun. She sat at the machine, stitching a faded dress, eyes tired but focused. The slay queen was a seamstress. And no one knew. Kofi found him waiting the next day. "You followed me?" she asked, heart racing. "I saw your truth," Omar said softly. "And I'm still here." She broke. She told him everything. Her parents died when she was 12. She bounced between relatives, then escaped a forced marriage. She came to the city at 17, worked as a cleaner, saved money, and bought a used sewing machine. "During the day, I fix clothes. At night, I dress up and go out, not to chase men, but to remind myself I'm still alive." Omar took her hand. "You're more powerful than you know." For the first time, Kofi let someone in. But love attracts envy. Amina, Omar's ex, still watched him from afar. Bitter and jealous, she dug into Kofi's past, twisted the truth, and began spreading lies. She sells her body. She sleeps for designer clothes. She's not who you think she is. Gossip spread like wildfire. Kofi's clients vanished. Her rent increased. Strangers laughed when she passed. At the market, a woman threw dirty water at her. "Slay queen trash," she spat. Kofi stood frozen. Inside, something cracked. Kofi sat by the sewing machine, but her hands wouldn't move. Omar arrived, saw the emptiness in her eyes. "I'm sorry." I should have protected you from them. She looked at him. I trusted you, and you were silent when I needed your voice. He tried to explain. But the wound was deep. I fought so hard to build a life. I stitched my dreams thread by thread. But your silence, Omar, it tore everything. That night, she asked him to leave. Chapter 7, Fire in Fabric. Days passed. The rumors didn't stop. But Kofi didn't stop either. Alone, heartbroken, she stitched her pain into art. She designed a collection, 10 bold outfits, each representing a chapter of her life. Fabrics from her village, embroidery from her mother's old scarf, buttons she had collected over the years. Each design screamed, I survived. She worked day and night, skipping meals, sewing until her fingers bled. She named the line, Unbroken. A former client, now a local influencer, saw Kofi's designs on Instagram and posted, "She's not a slay queen. She's a survivor." The post went viral. A women's foundation contacted Kofi, offering her a venue for a fashion show. She agreed, tears falling as she ironed her first gown. The night of the show arrived. Guests, journalists, bloggers, and everyday women packed the small hall. The lights dimmed. Drums played. Models walked out, one by one, each wearing her truth. Then came Kofi, wearing her final piece, a flowing gown of red, black, and gold, with bold symbols of African resilience. The room erupted in applause. Omar watched from the back. When the lights went down, he approached. "You stitched your soul into this," he said. Kofi looked at him, quiet. "I was a coward. But I'm proud of you. Always have been." She sighed. "You broke me, Omar. But maybe, not beyond repair." He held out a small velvet box, not a diamond ring, but a gold band shaped like a sewing needle. "For the woman who sews stars from scraps." Her lips trembled. "I don't need a savior. I saved myself. But maybe I can forgive." She took the ring. No promises. Just hope. 3 months later, Kofi Couture opened in the city center. The sign was simple, bold, and hers. Inside, racks of colorful African gowns lined the walls. The boutique buzzed with laughter, music, and pride. Women came from all corners to wear pieces stitched by the slay queen they once judged. Omar often helped around the shop, serving drinks, fixing lights, or just holding her hand when the days got heavy. But Kofi ruled her world. Not with makeup. Not with parties. With skill. With story. With survival. And when people whispered now, they didn't say, "Slay Queen." They said, "That woman is a legend."